What's up, everybody? I'm Tucker, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the DC movie slate that got revealed by Warner Brothers yesterday, and go over each one of them and give a few thoughts on some of them as well. So, let's get right to it. First off, we got the already announced movie Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, coming early 2016, that has Henry Cavill as Superman, Ben Affleck as Batman, and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Currently, it's not really known how big a role Wonder Woman has in the movie, since she's not in the title. It's Batman vs Superman. She could just be there for a few scenes, or she could play a pretty big role. That remains to be seen. We'll find out in a year and a half. Second movie, also 2016, is The Suicide Squad. That one is kind of interesting because Sony had announced they were going to do a Sinister Six movie, which is the same type of deal where it's about a group of villains working together, so it doesn't have a main hero or anything in it. Supposedly, the team for the Suicide Squad movie is Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, Vixen, Blockbuster, Multiplex, Mindboggler, and Jaculi. Most of those aren't really known by common moviegoers. A lot of people expected Harley Quinn to be put in since she's in the current incarnation of the Suicide Squad, but it doesn't look like she is. After that, in 2017, we'll have Wonder Woman standalone movie, which Gal Gadot will still be Wonder Woman in that movie. So that one should be cool. They'll be the first major female-led superhero movie. So props for DC for getting that going. 2017 is then going to end with Justice League Part 1. The team for this one, everyone assumes, is going to be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, obviously, and then Cyborg, who supposedly has a cameo in Batman vs. Superman, played by Ray Fisher here. The Flash, who's played by Ezra Miller. We'll get to that later. Green Lantern, who knows which Green Lantern they'll do. Probably not Ryan Reynolds, since the 2011 movie wasn't that well received. And Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, which would be pretty cool to see. They're doing the opposite of Marvel here, where instead of doing the solo films working up to the big one, they're starting out with the big one, only having one or two solo ones, and following Justice League with more solo movies. So that's kind of a weird choice on their part. 2018, there's then going to be a standalone Flash movie starring Ezra Miller. The weird thing about this one is they just started the Flash TV show on CW 2 weeks ago, and they already announced the new guy who's going to play him in the movies, which is kind of disappointing. They had already announced that the TV shows and the movies would be different universes, so wouldn't have the same actors. But this is like confirmed 100%. No way it's going to happen now, which is too bad because they seem to be going to fast track a group movie. They already have Arrow all set. This is the third season of it, so people know that character, and the actor is well established as Arrow. So they wanted to get straight into the group one. That would have been a good starting off point for them, but I guess they have something else in mind. So now we're going to have two Flashes come 2018, one on TV, one in the movies, which there's a chance casual moviegoers might be a little confused about that, but we'll see what they do. There are a couple other people who have been the Flash, so maybe Ezra Miller will not be Barry Allen, he'll be one of the others. We'll see in 4 years. The other 2018 movie is Aquaman, starring Jason Momoa. That one, pretty excited for. Normally Aquaman is the person everyone makes fun of, because he just talks to fish, that's his whole thing. But he does have super strength, and he can breathe underwater, so he's got like a handful of other powers too. It's not just talking to fish. And Jason Momoa is a really cool dude, so having him play Aquaman is a good choice, because he's got a big, intimidating look. A lot of people know him from Khal Drogo on Game of Thrones, so hopefully that'll get people to check it out, and I'm sure he'll do a good job there. Next, in 2019, there's going to be a Shazam movie, and this one's kind of the odd one out, because they have previously stated that the tone of this movie is going to be different than all the others, so it's not real clear on if it's going to combine with the others for Justice League movies in the future, or if Shazam is just going to be his own dude. Though they haven't announced who's playing Shazam yet, they have announced that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is going to be playing Black Adam, who's probably going to be the villain of that movie because he's often the main villain for Shazam. Though it seems like they may be trying to paint him as more of an anti-hero now. So we'll see where that goes. But that one should be more lighthearted because Shazam is a little kid who says the word Shazam and then turns into a superhero. So you can't really make that dark and gritty like they're trying to do with all the others. Then also 2019 will be Justice League Part 2. I don't know if Part 1 and Part 2 means they're connected and it's going to be one plot line throughout, or if it's just a sequel and for now they're just calling it Part 2. But either way, another Justice League movie a couple years after the first one. In 2020, we're then going to get a standalone Cyborg movie starring Ray Fisher. Cyborg is going to have some sort of cameo in Batman vs. Superman, so there's going to be 6 years between when we first see the character and when he gets his own movie. So that's going to be kind of weird, but hopefully they've built up enough by then that they don't have to do much of an origin. They can just kind of get straight into it with that one. So that might benefit them there. Though many people know Cyborg as a member of the Teen Titans, when DC relaunched their universe with the New 52 a few years back, he was actually one of the founding members of the Justice League. So it's definitely moved up in the world. Cyborg's doing good. Then to round out all of the movies that officially got announced yesterday by DC, 2020, new Green Lantern standalone film. Probably not a sequel to the one in 2011 with Ryan Reynolds. Probably going to be a new Green Lantern. Might be a new guy playing Hal Jordan, or it might focus on one of the other Green Lanterns. I think a lot of people would want it to be John Stewart, the Green Lantern who was in the Justice League animated series, because he was really popular, and that's the Green Lantern that a lot of people know. They said they're also working on standalone Batman and Superman movies, but they didn't give any specific dates for that. So yeah, DC trying to catch up to Marvel now on the whole cinematic universe deal. Hopefully it works out okay for them. They're doing kind of weird way of doing it. I don't know how the Suicide Squad movie is going to fit in at all with the rest of the universe. Maybe they'll team up with the Justice League. Maybe they'll be fighting the Justice League. Who knows? It could go any way. There you have it. For those of you that didn't know, that's what's happening in DC's movie land right now. And for those that you did know, it's kind of my thoughts on how this is going to go. I have hopes for it because, DC, they do really good in TV, so you'd think they could do all right in movies too. But they've been kind of hit or miss sometimes. Not everyone was a fan of Man of Steel, but that's the way they're going, so hopefully they can get everyone back on board with them. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.